Alright, it's time I talk about one of my favorite subjects again, My Little Pony. This time, I'm talking about something that I've wanted to talk about for a while. And if you've been a fan for My Little Pony for a long time, you might be familiar with this. I'm going to be talking about the mobile game My Little Pony Magic Princess. That is weirdly very successful and is still going on updating to this day, despite the fact that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic ended in 2019. This is like the only official My Little Pony thing that's still going. They don't even update the official My Little Pony Instagram anymore, but they do update the My Little Pony mobile game Instagram. This game seems to be like thriving, and I have a lot of mixed feelings about this game. So My Little Pony Magic Princess is a game developed by Gameloft for Apple and Android devices. The game started in 2012 and is still going to this day, which is a very impressive runtime for an app. The game actually used to be called My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, but was changed to My Little Pony Magic Princess in 2017, so you might have known it from the old name. I think they just thought like Magic Princess just sounds kind of more fun for kids, I don't know. The game itself is free, but it does have an insane amount of microtransactions, to the point where it almost feels criminal. And I know that that's pretty normal for mobile games, but these prices seem pretty extreme. Now, it is possible to play the game without spending any money, but it just means you have to be more patient because a lot of the game is just waiting. This is kind of one of those games that you have to like come back to a lot. You don't really need to spend a lot of time on it at once. You can also watch ads to get things quicker or to get like extra currency and stuff, or use the free trials for their membership program, which is what I did. The game starts with Twilight Sparkle asking you to help her rebuild Ponyville after it had fallen into the shadow of Nightmare Moon. To do so, you use the in-game currency and other collected items to build homes to bring more ponies to the town, as well as build buildings that are either decorative or generate more currency and other items. You can play mini games to level up your pony. There are lots of quests for you to complete with your ponies throughout the game. Now, if you're like me, you might find a lot of nostalgia in this game. I remember downloading this a long time ago as a kid, but I didn't play for very long until getting really sick of the microtransactions and having to wait so long for things, so I deleted it. But then a couple of years ago, I think I saw some kind of TikTok of it. You may have seen people like make memes from this game.
Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
So it made me want to download it again, and this time I got really obsessed with it. I think I played it for a few months consistently until I just kind of stopped one day. But that also made me realize that this game's actually pretty complicated, and I'm not surprised that I didn't like it as a kid. I remember I finally got Rainbow Dash in my last playthrough, and I was so proud of myself because she's quite hard to get for some reason. And I think at one point I did even spend money on the game. I'm not sure how much I spent, but I don't think it was a lot. I'm not usually one to spend money on mobile games. But then I stopped playing again. I didn't play for a while, so I deleted the app. I didn't realize that that would delete all my progress in the game. So when I started playing again this year, I had to restart from the beginning. Quite sad. I don't have Rainbow Dash still. I will get her back one day. But yes, I got back into it a couple of weeks ago, and I've just been really into it again, and it really made me want to make a video on it. And I think it does have a proper save feature now. There seems to be a lot of updates since the last time I played, but I'm still not deleting the app to risk it. So while this game is mostly a city building type game, there's actually a lot that goes on into it. There's always new events coming out, and my favorite part about this game is they make some really cool designs of the characters from the show, like new designs that we've never seen before. I feel like this game would be really confusing to kids, and I would not be surprised if most of the players are actually adults like me. So as the game starts in Ponyville, there are quests to complete to progress in the game. These quests include buying shops that will produce bits, buying ponies to increase your pony population, doing quests that require waiting hours for it to be complete, but gives you items you need for the quest. Expanding areas, which is also saving Equestria from Nightmare Moon, putting it into darkness, which is one of the side stories in the game. Each area of the game has different side story like quests going on, and a lot of these are loosely based on real episodes from the show. You can interact with your ponies and play games with them to level up, but it does cost bits to play some of the games. It costs bits to basically do anything in this game. And you earn bits from the shops, completing missions, and making your ponies do tasks, leveling up, and playing the minecart game, which would also cost bits to play that game, but you get bits from it too. Then there's these gems, which are like the special harder to get currency. You can use these gems to speed the process up of like building things or completing quests, and use them for buying ponies. You earn these gems from leveling up, occasionally from quests or other things like watching ads. And there's more currency like the hearts that you earn from friends, please add me so I can get more hearts. I only have 25. There's magic coins and sapphires, which are used for specific events. And then there's the element shards you can also collect to help restore harmony to Equestria and clear area-specific enemies like Paraspites in Ponyville, Fruit Bats in Apple Acres, and Changelings in Canterlot. And sometimes they're used for other things. Now before you download the app, I just want to let you know early on that this game can be really hard to play without spending money. I've been playing using the club trials. They have these membership clubs and they give you 7-day trials for them. And using these memberships definitely makes the game way easier. But after the trials, the Royal Club membership costs $9 and the Celestial Club costs $20. And I'm talking about New Zealand dollars to be clear. Basically, the main thing the membership clubs do is just kind of make the game more playable. Without the membership, there are a lot of times where they will offer you to watch ads to earn certain things or to speed things up. Watch ads to play the game instead of spending your bits. But with the membership, you don't have to watch the ads. You can just press skip and then do it. So the game kind of tricks you into like wanting to buy the membership, because once you play without the membership after having it for so long, it feels horrible to play. I do like that you can skip like certain quests that might be too annoying to do, but My Little Pony is one of my favorite franchises ever, so just being able to build a town with my favorite ponies is just really fun. I actually started playing again at a good time, because at the time of me playing this, there was a new event that just started where you get to fight the sirens from Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks, and we get to see these awesome pony forms of the sirens, which before had only been seen of the packaging of the Equestria Girls dolls. So this is pretty cool. It's something that we haven't seen in a long time. So this game runs limited time events often, and these events are actually really cool. They are very simple. It just involves leveling up your character, which for this current event is Spike. You have to keep leveling him up so he can defeat the boss and get rewards. It mostly involves you waiting and collecting these coins to level up your character, but it is actually possible to complete these quests without spending money, which is nice. It just does require you to often be checking the game like throughout your day. Once you complete this event, you get Aria Blaze to put into your town, so hopefully I can get that. But it does cost money to get the other sirens, unfortunately. But I like these events because the themes are really cool. I think the events are the best part of the game, to be honest, because the designs they make of the characters are just really cool. And sometimes we get to see designs that were really seen in the show, or sometimes just from the comics. But you do have to actually buy a lot of these cool designs, which I refuse to do because they are so expensive. I'm going to come back to talk about some events later on because I have to talk about some of these. But first, I want to talk about my biggest problem in the game. It costs bits to do like literally everything in the game. When I play games with your ponies, that's going to cost you thousands of bits just to play with a ball. There's 3 mini games you can play to level up your pony: the bull game, apple picking, and the telescope game. I kind of hate the telescope one, it just gets really boring. But it does cost bits to play these games, and the worst part is, the more you level up, the higher the cost is. It's like the game is punishing you for leveling up. So since I currently have the free trial for the membership, I always just press the add one so I can play the game for free. I refuse to spend my bits on these games. It is so expensive now, just to play a game. The minecart game does also cost bits, but not as much, and at least you can earn bits from this game too. This game is actually quite fun and very nostalgic to me, but I always get tricked by those damn shadow bolts. But having the shadow bolts and the diamond dogs as enemies in this game is really cool. There's also Find a Pair, which is a basic matching game and kind of stresses me out. But my favorite game is Clear Skies. Unfortunately though, this game is only available during certain events, but I think it's very cute and fun. And it kind of reminds me of that old My Little Pony Rainbow Runners game that used to be a thing in the App Store. Does anyone remember this game? It actually was very bad, but it just looked fun. Thankfully, the Equestria Girls minigame doesn't cost bits to play. Did I mention that there's Equestria Girls in this game? There also used to be an Equestria Girls mobile game too, but unfortunately, that one's gone now. That game was actually really good. I remember really liking it. I used to be obsessed with the Equestria Girls minigame. It is just a simple rhythm game, and there aren't many songs to choose from, unfortunately. I wish there was some more Equestria Girls songs in here, but it is fun. I remember the way I used to play this game is I used to mute the game and then listen to my own music while playing. My like emo high school music. Just play this game my whole bus ride home from school. I really like the models of the Equestria Girls and the models of the ponies too. This whole game just does look really nice. If you leave the land bare for like a day in the game, you'll get rocks spawn, which is like My biggest pet peeve are those damn rocks. Why does it cost me like 5 million bits just to remove a rock? And why does it take 10 hours? But this is why I put paths down everywhere, because the rocks don't spawn on paths, so that solves my problem, but still, I hate those damn rocks. There's also a pony editor where you can get outfits for your ponies. To be honest, I've never really cared for the pony editor, and I've only used it for like the tutorial one where they give Twilight an outfit. But you can get some cool outfits that are references from the show, which is really cool. But you do need items to make the outfits, which are usually items you win from the balloon game. And now there's like pets in the game too. I really haven't looked much into that because that is fairly new, I think. But a lot of these outfits can give you like bonus bits and stuff if your character is wearing them, so that's cool. So I feel like the obvious goal in this game is to make your town big and get as many ponies as you can and finish all the quests. But most ponies you can't just buy with bits. You either need gems or you need these items which you can only get through other ponies doing activities. Okay, so what I mean by that is you want Rainbow Dash, of course. You want to complete the main 6. You've got all 5 of them, but you just need Rainbow Dash. So I need 30 of these little rainbow thingies to get her. So I can get them by sending Rarity and Twilight to do these tasks. And there's a chance, just a chance, that they'll earn one of these rainbows after doing that task. So it takes ages to earn some of these ponies. Or you can just buy her with 450 gems. That's easier. Let's see, it only will cost $50 for 415 gems. Don't remind me that I did earn Rainbow Dash my last playthrough and now I have to earn her all over again. And by the way, it is easy to get the rest of the main 6, it's just really hard to get Rainbow Dash. Probably so kids would beg their parents to use their credit card so they could complete the main 6. It's actually kind of insane how expensive some of these things are. I'm really confused at where they get these prices from. Like, I understand mobile games need to make money through like ads and having memberships and stuff. And yeah, maybe I would spend $10 in the membership. I can definitely see myself doing that. But welcome bundle, $70? Just for some Hippogriff fillies? $100 for the Hippogriff Luna Celestia and Cadence. Now keep in mind, the shop changes all the time. There just happens to be like a Hippogriff event going on right now, that's why they're Hippogriffs. These designs look really cool, by the way. But who's spending that? Like, I really don't think parents are even willing to spend that much money if their kid's begging for Hippogriff Princess Celestia. But obviously, these are optional. You don't really need these characters. They don't really do anything to your game. Maybe they'll give you some bonuses for some events, but that's about it. But some of the ways they try to get you to spend money feels almost criminal. You'll get these like random pop-ups in the middle of playing that will tell you like, oh, if you buy this character, it will help you complete this quest. And then in small writing it will say it costs real money, by the way. It just feels kind of wrong to tell kids they need to get this character to help them complete a quest. I don't know. That feels kind of dodgy. Especially when it's going to cost them like over $50. It's not even going to be like $1, it's going to be like $50. As you play the game, you do unlock more areas like Sweet Apple Acres, Canterlot, the Crystal Empire, the Everfree Forest, Clugtown or Cludgetown from the My Little Pony movie for some reason. And even the Changeling Kingdom for a quest. I remember I did unlock Cludgetown the last time I got obsessed with this game, but I remember it being like very underwhelming. But the rest of the areas are pretty cool. I haven't really done much in the Crystal Empire because the missions require you to clear the land of King Sombra's darkness and free these crystal ponies, which will take you forever to get to, so I'm not really focusing on that right now. Same with the Everfree Forest, I haven't done much here either, but you can make these like element totems in Zakura's hut, which is cool, but it mostly requires you to do more like exploring and spending your bits to like clear the land again, and I just don't want to spend all my bits on that. I'm not sure what happens when you make it to the element cave. I don't know if it's worth me actually trying to do that or not. Because there's just so much other things happening in the game that I'm focusing on. The Changeling Kingdom is basically like a big mission that you do. This quest is heavily based on the My Little Pony episode To Where and Back Again. You've got Starlight, Trixie, Discord, and Thorax finding a way to defeat the changelings and bring back their friends. So this is why in my gameplay clips you might notice that the ponies are flashing green all the time. This is because they will flash green until you finish this mission. It takes like a few weeks to finish this mission. So I guess during this whole time, my ponies are actually actually changelings pretending to be them, like from that episode, and they will become themselves again once I finish the mission. The green flashes are really annoying though. Did they really have to do that? But this quest is cool. I mean, it's mostly just you waiting and checking on them, but I kind of like having a game that I just check on throughout the day. It just gives me something, you know, to do when I'm like bored. And you can get cool rewards from completing quests like this, but there sometimes will be a time limit for certain things. So now my favorite part about the game is of course the cool designs that they do. They've even released canon designs of ponies that we never saw before. For example, we get this grown-up Flurry Heart design, which looks so good, and the most we saw of Flurry Heart grown up was this stained glass in the last episode. They even do a lot of designs from the My Little Pony comics, like Nightmare Rarity, and they even made Nightmare designs of all the main 6. I haven't read a lot of the My Little Pony comics, but it's just cool to see them, you know, continue to use these popular designs in new things like the game. We got the Nightmare Night Goth ponies, which look so cool and definitely seem to be inspired by that My Little Pony Pony Mania set with the emo ponies, but this time we get to see more characters. Applejack is no longer excluded, that's nice. And these designs look so cool. There's the chaos versions of the ponies where the ponies have been infused with chaos magic, kind of like how Cozy Glow was when she took Discordance magic from the bell. Or there's the mirror universe characters like Loving It Queen Chrysalis and this evil Cadence. And a really depressed looking Shining Armor. Is he okay? I'm worried about him. It's okay, he's hipster now. Okay, what about the robot Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic versions of the ponies?
Michael, don't leave me here.
Okay, these are really cool. There was even a whole Cyber Pony event based on the Doctor Who Cybermen. There are these beautiful mermaid sea pony designs that are part of another storyline in the game. There's whatever the hell this thing is that lives in my town. I think I won it from the Balloon Pop game and now he's just here. What is it? I don't know. But he's here now. There's so many cool designs. It would take me ages to go over them all. Some from real episodes, some from comics, or some of them are just like fun new designs for the game. And I think that's really cool. It really seems like they have a good team of artists that actually enjoy the show and are like, I don't know, big fans of the show. Because a lot of these things are like kind of fan favorite designs, you know? Or it's something that fans like to draw themselves, like Kieran versions of the ponies, Changeling versions of the ponies, Donkey versions of the ponies. Sure, why not? Discord as a pony. And I love how there's so much references to like Lyra and Bonbon like loving each other. Makes me feel kind of emotional. We can't forget that line about Applejack and Rainbow Dash. They're in love. It's canon. Overall, I do like this game. The mini games are fun. The designs are really cool. This is definitely a good game for something that you don't spend too much time on at once. You just kind of keep coming back to it, you know? My only issue is of course the insane amount of microtransactions and the way they're always shoving it in your face. I can see myself getting really sick of them, especially once my trial of these memberships run out. I can see myself getting really sick of all the ads and stuff, and maybe I'll end up spending $10 on a membership. I don't know. I have been spending a lot of time in this game. Like, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. But it is definitely possible to play this game without spending any money. It just requires some more patience. And I think my favorite part in this game is just kind of decorating my town. You know, making my own little Ponyville is just like really fun. And if you're a big fan of My Little Pony, I would recommend this game. I just want to warn you about the microtransactions being in your face all the time. I definitely don't recommend this game for like kids though, just because of the amount of microtransactions that are being pushed onto them. And also this game is just like kind of complicated. There's a lot that goes on. It can be a bit overwhelming when you're first starting. It definitely feels like this game is more aimed at older players. And at least if you're an adult like spending your own money, like, you know, it's your own money. You're not like a child that's being like manipulated into spending money to get Rainbow Dash or something. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. But if you've played this game, feel free to let me know what you think. Feel free to add me. I will send hearts. Because this game is just always kind of in the back of my mind. And I always seem to come back to it. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Let me know if you want to see more videos similar to this and what you'd like to see me talk about next. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!